Okay, ladies and gents, well, welcome to Active Northumberland live streaming Pilates session. I'm Jayne and I'm presenting this session today. First time I've done live streaming, so please be patient, hopefully it'll go okay. So, for Pilates I always start by setting up through our posture. So first thing to think about is the position of the feet. We want them to be round about hip width apart. We can measure hip width by taking the heel of one foot into the arch of the other foot and taking a natural foot width distance between the feet. Toes are facing forwards, feet are parallel or as close to parallel as is comfortable for you. So if you've got a slight outturn, that's absolutely fine. Okay, so we'll start by lifting the toes and then cascading them back down. So big toe through to little toe through to big toe, scrunching the toes up, spreading the toes out there, over onto the sides of the feet, going outwards and inwards through the ankle joints there, folks. Okay, lift the toes up, spread them out, place them back down onto the floor or the mat, and then sway the weight forwards towards the ball of the foot, and then backwards towards the heel. So 3 or 4 times with that, swaying forwards and swaying backwards. Feeling how the weight distributes down through the body. We're going to bring ourselves back to our midpoint, so as you feel your weight is evenly placed through the centre point of each foot. We've got stability through the ankle joints, a little bit of softness through the knees so as they're not locked out. Then we're going to think about the position of the pelvis, okay, and the arch in the lower back. So we're going to pelvic tilt, we're going to exaggerate the arch in the lower back, curl the tailbone away from the body, that tilts the pelvis forwards. Then the opposite movement, we're going to curl the tailbone underneath the body, and that tilts the pelvis backwards. So 3 or 4 times with that, exaggerating that pelvic tilt, forwards and backwards. And then we'll come to the mid position between the 2 movements, where you feel your pelvis is level, and you've got a neutral, natural arch through the lower part of the Okay, core muscles, so we're going to switch on through our core muscles, our deep abdominals and our pelvic floor muscles. So pelvic floor we switch on with that grip and zip through the pelvic region. Deep abdominals we switch on by drawing the belly button through towards the spine with that bracing through the midriff there. We're looking for around about 30% engagement through both those sets of muscles. So not so much that we're straining, but enough to just feel a little bit of resistance through the midriff there. So grip and zip, pelvic floor, draw the belly button through towards the spine. From there we're going to lift the ribs, lift the chest, and then shoulder rolls. So nice big range of movements. Bring the shoulders towards the ears and down towards the back pockets. 3 or 4 times forwards, 3 or 4 times backwards. So loosening through the shoulders, making that movement a little bit smoother, losing any tension through the shoulders there. And then setting the shoulder girdle into its correct position. We bring the hands to the side of the body, we draw the shoulders up, and then we slide the shoulder blades down towards the back pocket. So 3 or 4 times with that, we lift, and then we slide the shoulders down there. And we'll do that one more time. Sliding the shoulder blades down, that opens us through the chest and resets all those shoulder girdle muscles where they should be. Okay, chin slides from there, folks, so think about your chin being parallel to the floor, then extend the head away from the body and then draw it back over the body. Again, 3 or 4 times with that, lengthening away and then drawing the head back again. And then bring the head back to its central position over the shoulders. We're looking for equal distance between each ear and shoulder. We're looking for the chin to be at level with the ground there, and we're standing tall. So we're imagining a piece of elastic from the crown of the head drawing you up towards the ceiling. So standing nice and tall between tailbone and crown of the head, guys. Breathing in Pilates, we breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Nice deep breaths, filling through those lower lobes and side lobes of the lungs. So that's posture set up, breathing, core engagement. We'll move on to some mobilising movements. So we'll take a breath in, Breathe out with head and neck rotation as far as you can go in that first direction. Back to centre, breathe in. And breathe out in the other direction. Breathe in back to centre. Breathe out as chin comes to chest. And breathe in as the head lifts. And again, a little bit further if you can, rotate. Back to centre, breathe in. Breathe out in the other direction. In back to centre. Chin to chest. Lift the head. And then take the ear towards the shoulder. We'll keep it square and still through the shoulders. Back to centre. In the other direction. And back to centre. One more time, both sides there, folks. So stretching through the side of the neck. Back to centre, bring the chin towards your chest, take your breath in and then breathe out as we rotate round towards the back. And breathe in as we come back to our start point. Breathe out as we rotate away and around and in as we come back. One more time, each direction there, rolling away. Loosening through all those neck muscles there. Rotating around. And then we'll come back to our neutral position with the gaze to the front and standing tall. Take a breath in. Breathe out as we reach, stretch the arms to the front of the body there. Breathe in as we lift and we reach through the fingers, lift through the chest, squeeze through the shoulders. Breathe out as we reach to the front. And breathe in as we lift and we open and we squeeze. One more time through with that, guys, as we reach to the front and then lift and reach and squeeze and float the arms back down. Okay, we'll do some arm floats just to establish breathing and movement and also re-establish all those postural points. So take a breath in and breathe out as you lift your arms to the side and breathe in as you lower and then to the front. So breathe out as you lift and breathe in as you lower. So standing tall with the gaze to the front, the chin parallel to the floor, the shoulder blades relaxed, lengthened through the spine, lifted through the ribs and the chest. Core muscles switched on to that 3 out of 10. So zip and grip through the pelvic floor, draw the belly button through towards the spine. Softness through the knees and the weight evenly placed through the centre point of each foot. Breathing out as we lift and breathing in as we lower. We'll do one more arm lift there. And back to our neutral position there, guys. Okay, so little routine to do a few more mobilising moves. So we'll take a breath in to prepare. Breathe out, we're going to lift the arms up, just go into a little bit of back extension there, reach behind. Breathe in as the arms come back by the sides of the body. Breathe out as we go into a roll down. So we're bringing our chin towards our chest, chest towards the ribs, ribs towards pelvis, fingertips to the floor. To your challenge point, take your breath in and breathe out as you articulate your way back up again. Be stacking through those vertebrae. Lift the ribs, lift the chest, shoulders down, stand tall. Breathe in. We'll do that again. Breathe out as we reach the arms up, a little bit of extension there, reaching behind. Breathe in as the arms come back by the sides of the body. And breathe out as we roll down, chin to chest, chest through to ribs, ribs through to pelvis, fingertips to the floor. Take your breath in and breathe out as you make your way back up to that standing position. Stand tall. Breathe in as we reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Breathe out as we go into a side stretch there. Separate the ribs. Breathe in back to centre. Reaching tall. Breathe out as we stretch over in the other direction. And breathe in back to centre. Breathe out as we stretch and we reach. In back to centre. One more time in the other direction. Breathe in back to centre. Breathe out as we float the arms down. Breathe in as the arms come level with the body, the shoulders, thumbs towards the ceiling. Breathe out as we rotate. Keep the hips facing forwards. Back to centre, breathe in. And breathe out as we rotate in the other direction. Breathe in back to centre. One more time, both directions. out as we rotate. Back to centre and float the arms down. Okay, so just some knee lifts here, guys. So just single legs to start off with, rhythmic breathing here. Okay, we're going to bring opposite arm, opposite leg as we lift and lower. Keep the chest lifted. One more each side. And then we're going to go into some leg circles. So big circle through the hip, opening through the joint there. Just loosening off. Do that one more time each side. And then we're going to go into a bit of extension, hip extension. So reach opposite arm, opposite leg. The leg is reaching back. The arm is reaching to the front. Keep lifted through the chest. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Keep going there, guys. One more time each side. Fantastic. Now we're going to go into a little bit of abduction. Both arms as we lift the leg away to the side. And same on the other side. Reaching the arms. Little bit of balance. Working through those leg muscles. One more each side. Excellent. Okay, so nicely mobilised, nicely warmed up. Now what we're going to do is roll down into a plank position. Then we'll come back to a downward dog and do a few movements in those positions. If a plank is too much, guys, feel free to go into an all fours position, but I will demonstrate when we get down into position. So set your posture, stand tall, take your breath in, breathe out as the chin comes towards the chest, chest towards the ribs, ribs towards pelvis, fingertips to the floor, pull the arms to the front, bring the hands underneath the shoulders, bring the head in line with the spine. Okay. If that is too much, guys, an all fours position is absolutely fine here as well. Okay, so ideally we're looking for a straight line between the shoulders, the hips and the heels. Draw the belly button through towards the spine, relax the shoulder blades, take a breath in when you're ready, and breathe out as we lift the pelvis, bring the feet a little bit closer, the hands a little bit closer, and then press down through the heels, press down through the hands, lift through the pelvis. Breath in when you're ready, and breathe out as we make our way back up to that standing position, rolling back up vertebra by vertebra, restacking and standing tall. Okay. Same again, but we'll add a couple of movements to the plank position. So take your breath in and breathe out, chin through to chest, chest through to ribs, ribs through to pelvis, fingertips to the floor, curl the hands to the front, into your plank position there, guys. Nice strong plank, shoulders relaxed, head in line with the spine. Okay, we're going to do side hip movements, so take your breath in and breathe out as we push the hips over to one side, breathe in back to centre, breathe out as we push the hips to the other side, in back to centre. Same in that all fours position, breathe out as we push the hips to the side, in back to centre, to the other side, in back to centre. Now we're going to do some circles with the hips, guys. So breathe in, breathe out as we circle away, breathe in as we come back to that start position, breathe out as we go in the other direction, circle back to that start position. Again, same in that all fours position, breathe out as we circle away, breathe in as we come back, breathe out as we circle away, breathe in as we come back. Okay folks, bring yourself into a child's pose, taking the heels down towards the bottom, reach the arms to the front, rest the head down towards the mat, have a quick breather there. From there, ladies and gents, we're going to make our way to a sitting position. So, find your two sit bones and place your weight evenly on those two sit bones. Ideally, the feet are going to be flat on the floor and the knees are bent, but if that is uncomfortable, you can either prop yourself up with cushions or a block, maybe sit on the block, or else you can extend your legs a little bit and that might just ease a wee bit through hip flexors, etc. So, from our sitting tall position, what we're going to do, start off doing some mobilising movements through the lower spine and the pelvis. Called C-curve through the lower spine. So we sit tall, lift the chest, shoulders down, chin parallel to the floor. Take a breath in, breathe out as we tilt the pelvis. We push the lower vertebra towards the mat, we draw belly button through towards the spine. We breathe in as we come back up again and sit tall. It's not a massive movement, guys. We will be increasing this movement in a minute or two's time, but this is our warm-up for that. So we tilt the pelvis, we push the lower vertebra towards the mat, we keep that gap between chin and chest, we lift, and we'll do that one more time. You can keep hold behind the thighs there, just for a little bit more support, and back to sitting tall, folks. So we're going to go deeper into that movement, we're going to change it to a half roll back. You can either keep hold for a bit more support, take the arms to the front, for a little bit more of a challenge, guys. So shoulders relaxed, chin parallel to the floor, breathe in, breathe out as we tilt. So back to your challenge point, and breathe in as we come back up and sit tall. Okay, breathe out as we tilt, and breathe in as we lift. Make it harder, guys, lift the arms there. Okay, tilt, and back up. A little bit easier holding on behind the thighs. To your challenge point. Breathe in as we lift. We're going to change that. We're going to do a bleak movement. So arms to the front. Breathe in. Breathe out as we reach and just touch diagonally behind. Keep your gaze on your fingertips. Breathe in as you come back to that sitting tall position. Same on the other side. Reach and tap. Breathe in as we lift back up. Okay, one more time each side. Breathe out, breathe in as we lift, and we reach. And again on the other side, and lift, and reach. Have a little breather there, shake off, guys. We'll repeat that little cycle once more. So, come into your neutral sitting position. Find your sit bones, sit tall, lift the chest, relax the shoulder blades. Starting with the small movements, the C-curve through the spine. Breathe in, breathe out as we tilt. Breathe in as we lift back up. And again, breathe out as we tilt. Breathe in as we lift. Two more times through with that, guys. C-curve through the spine. So not a massive movement. Nice warm up, ready for those half roll backs. Let go with the arms, sit tall, a little bit deeper into that movement, challenging those abdominals a little bit more. Sit tall, breathe out as you tilt, breathe in as you lift. Again, harder if you lift your arms up. Breathe in as we lift. Easier if you keep hold behind, a little bit more support. Back up to that sitting tall, into our oblique move. Reach the arm behind, touch the arm, breathe in as we lift. Same on the other side, pulling the elbow back, touching behind, breathe in as we lift. One more time each side, folks. Touching behind, back up, and out. And then lift, back up. Okay guys, we're going to make our way onto the mat, but what I want you to do is go as slowly as you can. So set your posture, sit tall, arms to the front, take a breath in, and breathe out as we tilt the pelvis and articulate our way down, slow as you can there, gently fighting against gravity, millimetre by millimetre. Nice controlled movement, and then into your lying position. So we'll set up our neutral lying position, guys. If you find this position uncomfortable, again, you feel free to use a block to prop the head up, or a cushion, or a pillow, anything that makes it a bit more comfortable. and just keeps the head in line with the spine. So we are looking at our feet being hip width apart, okay, and knees hip width apart as well. Feet flat on the floor, bent through the knees. From there we pelvic tilt, just like we did when we were standing, 3 or 4 times. Press the spine into the mat, lift the spine away from the mat, tilt forwards, tilt backwards, then come to that midpoint where you've got just that little gap between the arch of the back and the mat. Hip bones and pubic bone are in alignment, tummy area is level, we're gripped and zipped through pelvic floor, we've got belly button drawn through towards the spine, open through the ribs, shoulders drawn down, arms and hands loosely by the sides of the body and lengthened through the crown of the head. So that's our neutral line position. So first thing we're going to do in this position is another good core exercise, working opposite arm, opposite leg, and we'll have a little play with the planes of movement we work in as well, ladies and gents. So we'll lift the fingertips up towards the ceiling. We're looking for kind of right angle through the arms and the body there. Core muscles engaged. Take a breath in, breathe out as you lift one leg and then the other leg to tabletop. So tabletop is when the knee is above the hip and the lower leg is more or less parallel to the floor. Okay, folks, so it's opposite arm, opposite leg. Our easier option, excuse me, instead of leg extension, which we're going to do, it would be a heel slide. So easier option is a heel slide. More challenging option is extending the leg away, long and straight. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Leg goes to the front, arm goes behind. Take your breath in and breathe out as we reach arm and leg. Breathe in back to centre. Same on the other side. And breathe in. Yeah, keep that going, folks. Reaching the leg away, reaching the arm away. Keeping stable through the body. A slightly easier option is those heel slides. Breathe in as we lift. And breathe out as we reach. We'll do that one more on each side. So extend away. And breathe in back. And extend away. And breathe in back. Okay, from there, ladies and gents, what we're going to do is rotate the palms so as they are facing towards each other. We're going to do a lateral movement. So opposite arm, opposite leg. Take a breath in and breathe out. I'm going to move my left arm and my right leg to the side. Breathe in as we come back to neutral. And same on the other side. Breathe out and breathe in, back to neutral. Again, we can do this with the feet on the floor, opposite arm, opposite leg, opening through the hip. Breathe in, back to that neutral position there. Harder option with the legs lifted, arm out to the side, leg out to the side, opposite arm, opposite leg. We'll do that one more time, each side. Breathing out, and breathing in, and breathing out, and breathing in. Okay, just draw your knees in towards your chest, guys. So next thing we're going to move on to is a single leg stretch, Pilates single leg stretch, one of Joseph Pilates' original list of exercises there. So for our single leg stretch, again, I will give you a couple of different options to work at. So, core muscles engaged, take a breath in, breathe out as you lift one leg and then the other leg to that tabletop position. You're going to draw your left knee in towards your chest with both hands. So both hands behind the back of the thigh, draw the knee in towards the chest. The right leg extends out. We're looking around about 45 degrees, so long, straight, leg muscles switched on. It's called single leg stretch because this leg is stretching away from the body. Okay, so our easiest option is with head, neck and shoulders on the floor, and it's just a straightforward swap over of the legs. So we take a breath in, we breathe out as we exchange those legs. Again, reach this leg long, feel those muscles working. Breathe in as we swap, and breathe out as we swap. Our level 2 will have head, neck and shoulders lifted as we're doing this movement, folks. And And then you can bring arm movements in as well. So both hands work on the same leg, and that's the leg that's coming towards the body. Okay, the inside hand draws the knee, the outside hand taps the ankle. Okay, so lift through head, neck and shoulders. Coordinate the breathing with the movements. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, 5 more each side. And 4, and 3, 2, and 1. And then draw the knees in towards the chest and just have a little rotation into the mat there, guys. Okay, on to double leg stretch for our next exercise. So, for this one, we'll start with both feet on the floor, core muscles switched on, take your breath in, breathe out as we lift one leg and then the other leg to that tabletop position. So level 1, our easiest option. Both hands are going to draw the knees in towards the chest. Both legs are going to work as a unit. So the knees come together and the feet come together. Take your breath in, breathe out as you let the legs go. Push the thighs away from the body, only as far as you can maintain that neutral spine, guys. As soon as you start to feel lifting or tension, we draw the knees back in towards the chest and hook them in to finish that move off. So breath in, breathe out as we extend away, and breathe in as we bring the knees back in towards the chest. Our level 2 will be lifted through head, neck and shoulders, extending the legs away and drawing them back in. And then our level 3, we put arm movements in as well. So as the legs are extended away, the arms reach behind. As the knees come back in, we sweep the arms and hook them back in towards the body. That's a breath out as everything stretches away. A breath in as we come back towards the body. So 5 more. And breathe in. And 4 more as we reach. And 3. 2 more. Extend away, reach those legs long. And 1 more. And draw the knees in and release there, guys. Fantastic. Okay, just to finish off in this position, I've got a couple of shoulder bridge exercises to do. So we'll start with our basic shoulder bridge. So from our neutral line position, feet are flat on the floor. We can bring the heels a little bit closer, possibly in towards the bottom, and that gives us a bigger range of movement. Okay, neutral through the spine, arms by the sides of the body. Take your breath. Oh, the other thing, if you're using a pillow or a cushion underneath your head, if you move that out of the way for this exercise, guys, so that's a bit of a safety thing, so as we don't put the neck in an unsafe position. So, from our neutral line position, we take our breath in, we breathe out as we imprint, we press the spine into the mat, we start to push through the midpoint of the foot as we lift the pelvis away. And we make our way, articulate our way up to our shoulder bridge position. So nice, strong, stable shoulder bridge. Glute muscles switched on, hamstrings switched on, core muscles working hard. Take your breath in and breathe out as we articulate our way back down again. Section by section, vertebra by vertebra. Pelvic tilt to come back to our neutral. And again there, guys. Push the spine into the mat. Push through the midpoint of the foot as you start to lift your pelvis away. Articulate up to that shoulder bridge position. So strong glutes, relax the shoulders. Take your breath in and breathe out as we articulate our way down. So we put an arm lift in with that as well, folks. Okay, so breathe in, breathe out, spine into the mat. Lifting the fingertips up towards the ceiling as we come to our shoulder bridge there. Breath in and breathe out as we make our way back down. Pelvic tilt to come back to neutral. One more time with that, guys. Imprint, lift the spine away, shoulder bridge, breath in and breathe out as we come back down. Okay, a little variation on our shoulder bridge here. It's a hip hitch. So from that shoulder bridge position, we're going to drop one side of the pelvis down towards the mat and lift it back up, and then the same on the other side. So we'll do that 4 times on each side, guys. So from our neutral line position, take your breath in, breathe out as we make our way up to our shoulder bridge position. Nice stable shoulder bridge. Take your breath in and breathe out as we lower one side. Breathe in as we lift. Breathe out as we lower the other side. So it's not quite touching to the mat. It's just going about 3/4 of the way down and then back up to that shoulder bridge. 2 more times each side, guys. Breathe out. Breathe in as we lift. Breathe out as we lower. In as we lift. 1 more time each side as we lower and lift and lower and lift. Breath in and breathe out as we come back to our neutral position there, guys. Okay, so we're going to make our way onto our fronts and do a few exercises for the back part of the body, just to kind of come towards the end of the session there, guys. So, onto our fronts. Legs are a comfortable distance apart. We're going to start with the arms square to the body, so think about your elbows being in line with your shoulders. Palms of the hands down towards the mat. Forehead down on the mat. Little bit of engagement through those glute muscles there, and that protects through the lower part of the spine. We're just going to start off with our mobilising straightforward cobra stroke swan exercise. So take your breath in. As you breathe out, you core muscles engage, you lengthen through the crown of the head. Pretend you're pushing a marble away with your nose, and then just start to peel the front of the body away from the mat. Okay, don't look up. The gaze is to the front of the mat, and that keeps the head in line with the spine. Keep the shoulders drawn down, so I'm not doing this. Shoulders are drawn down and lifted through the chest. Take a breath in at that high point, and breathe out as we lengthen on the way back down again, folks. Let's do that again. So breath in, core muscles on. Breathe out as we extend through the crown of the head. Just a little bit of pressure through the palms of the hands, peeling the front of the body away. And to your challenge point, take your breath in and breathe out as you make your way back down. This time we're going to do leg lifts, guys, just one at a time. The upper body is going to stay relaxed, forehead down onto the mat. Take your breath in and breathe out as you lift your left leg away and reach it long. So it's not about how high it lifts, it's about how long it reaches away. Glute muscles working hard, shoulders relaxed. Breathe in as we lower. Same on the other side, guys. Breathe out as we reach the leg away. And breathe in as we lower. We'll do that one more time each side. Breathe in as we lower. Breathe out as we extend the leg away. And breathe in as we lower. Back to upper body, we'll do another 2 reps of upper body. So breath in and breathe out as we articulate away. Shoulders down, lift the chest to your challenge point. Breathe in, breathe out as you lower. And again, breath in, breathe out as you extend and lift. Breathe in as you lower. And single leg lifts. Breath in, breathe out as you lift. Breathe in as you lower. Breathe out as you lift. Okay guys, we're going to try both legs together, so core muscles engage. Breathe out as we lift both. Breathe in as we lower. And breathe out as we lift both away. Breathe in as we lower. Okay, upper body, breathe in. Breathe out as we lift. Breathe in as we lower, and then we'll go lower body, both legs, guys. Breathe out as we extend. And breathe in as we lower. Again, upper body. Breathe out as we lift. Breathe in as we lower. And legs, breathe out as we lift. And breathe in as we lower. So relax through the legs. We're going to do a little bit of work through just the arms, guys. So the head is rested on the mat. We're square, so the elbows are in line with the shoulders. Take your breath in. We're going to breathe out as we lift and squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other. And breathe in as we lower. And breathe out as we lift and squeeze. Breathe in as we lower. Let's do some singles. So just one side as we lift. Breathe in as we lower. And the other side as we lift. And in as we lower. Opposite arm, opposite leg, guys. So arm and leg. And again, opposite arm, opposite leg. We'll do both arms together 2 times through. So lift, squeeze. Breathe in as we lower. And breathe out as we lift. Breathe in as we lower. Both legs together. Breathe out as we lift and reach. In as we lower. Out as we lift and reach. And in as we lower. From there, ladies and gents, if you bring yourself to your child's pose, so take your bottom down towards your heels, reach the arms to the front, and have a stretch out there, guide. Okay, folks, so if you bring yourselves back to your all fours, I'm just going to do some rotation through thoracic spine from this all fours position. So, knees are underneath the hips, the arms, hands are underneath the shoulders, and again, head is in line with the spine. Alright, so rotation, we'll take a breath in. We're going to breathe out as we lift the arm up towards the ceiling. Take a breath in there. And breathe out as we thread the needle. Bend through the other elbow, bring the shoulder towards the floor. Breathe in as we lift up towards the ceiling, opening through the chest. Breathe out as we thread through. Breathe in as we lift, reach up, open through the chest. Breathe out as we thread. 2 more times, guys, as we lift and thread. Rotation through the spine there, opening through the chest. 1 more time this side. And then back to that all fours position. And we'll do the same on the other side. So we'll bring the arm up towards the ceiling, breathe in, breathe out as we thread. Breathe in as we lift and open. Breathe out as we thread. And breathe in as we lift, reach and open. Pass the arm under, bend through the elbow. Lovely stretch through the head back. Reach. 2 more times as we thread the arm through. Lift, open, and last time here, guys, as we reach and back to our all fours position. Okay, so just some nice stretches to finish off with from this all fours position. So we're going to go cat, camel. Take your breath in. Breathe out as we arch the back up towards the ceiling. Head between the shoulders. Into our cat stretch. Breathe in as we come back to our neutral position. And then breathe out as we stick the bottom out. Let the tummy go towards the mat. Lift the head away. Feel a nice stretch through the front of the abdominals there. Back to centre. Breathe in. Breathe out as we arch the back towards the ceiling, head between the shoulders. And breathe in back to centre. And breathe out as we stick the bottom out, lift the head away. And breathe in back to our neutral position. Breathe out as we take the bottom down towards the heels, reach the arms to the front, bring the head down between the shoulders, with that lovely stretch right along the arms and the upper back there. Take your arms over to one side, guys. The outside hand is going to just go on top of the inside hand, and the head is going to come down between the shoulders. Feel that lovely stretch through the side of the body. Back to our central position now. We'll do the same on the other side. So take the hands to the side, take the outside hand on top of the inside hand, bring the head down. And then back to our neutral position. Back to our all fours. Curl the toes underneath the body. Bring the hands a little bit forwards. Take a breath in. And breathe out as you lift your knees away. Press your heels into the floor. Okay, just holding that downward dog position. So pushing through the hands, pressing down through the heels, lifting through the pelvis. Just enjoying that stretch through the back of the body, back of the legs, hamstrings, calves. When you're ready, take your breath in and breathe out as we pull the hands back towards the feet and make our way back up to that standing position there, guys. Okay guys, so I always just finish off with a quick reset through posture, a roll down, and a nice full body stretch. So feet on hip width apart, soft through the knees, level through the pelvis, lift the ribs, lift the chest, make sure the shoulders are drawn down, chin parallel to the floor, and stand tall. Take your breath in, and breathe out as we bring the chin through towards the chest through towards the ribs towards pelvis, fingertips to the floor, crown of the head to the floor, and to your challenge point there, guys. Just hold that for a breath or two. Hopefully that was a bit easier than it was at the start of the session. You've loosened off somewhat. Take your breath in when you're ready, and breathe out as you articulate your way back up through the lower vertebra, through the middle vertebra, through the upper vertebra, and standing tall. Take a breath in, and breathe out as we reach up towards the ceiling and stretch. Breathe in as we sweep the hands down. And one more time to finish off there, guys. Reach and stretch. And release. Thank you very much, ladies and gents. I hope you enjoyed that this evening.